Welcome back, everybody. I think this time is the final part of the case.
Yep. And I'm gonna say this: it's already past 4 now.
It's 2 o'clock for me.
I'm going crazy. Now then.
No commento.
Will the defense, Miss Lana, Guy, please take the stand.
You know, George, you end up being more grammatically correct when you're angry.
All right, it is my time to shine. Miss Lana Sky, you are the chief prosecutor. I'm sure you're aware of what is required of you. But, Monsieur Edgeworth, you already know everything. You know all that I've done these past 2 years.
Please prove the court with your testimony, Miss Sky. And remember, you are under oath. We want to hear the truth.
Yeah, like being under oath actually means anything at this point.
It doesn't. Of course, the truth. Oh, help me, French Jesus.
No matter what happens, I'll always be your sister, even if you're a murderer, because I'm a murderer too.
We'll be murder sisters. Homicide sisters.
Now then, your testimony, if you will.
A few moments later.
Get the announcer from the SpongeBob out of here, please. First, tell us.
Everything hinges on your testimony. You're the only chance we have to get Gant.
I worked alongside Gant for years. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. My only motivation was to get Doc convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma. Really? Okay.
You are sure about this testimony?
Your Honor, I'm confessing to a capital offense. Of course I'm sure.
But Lana...
If this is true, then that means Chief Gantz is nothing to do with this.
That's what I've been telling you from the beginning.
Please, Mr. Wright, you gotta help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me. She's telling the truth. She's not. I know my own sister. Whenever she speaks stiffly like that, she's hiding something inside. Deep down, she's really screaming in agony.
Really is.
Yeah, there's no time to start second-guessing myself. Oh, did George pass out finally?
The defense.
There you go. I was trying to press the unmute mic because one of my siblings came by wondering why I'm still up. I tried to unmute myself. I was trying to unmute myself, but for some reason the button didn't want to react now.
And reasons.
Yeah, but I finally got to work now. The defense may now begin the cross-examination.
Okay, here we go. Let's actually poke out. Worked alongside Gant for years, we know that. There's no truth behind his blackmail theory. Fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. Wait a minute. This is still going to be used later.
Yeah.
Okay. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma. That's right, my sister's lying. Looks like she's determined to protect you to the end. She insists she's fabricated the evidence by herself. There's no way she could have done it alone. I've got to get Lana to talk more. If she's lying, then she's bound to slip up and make a contradiction. Okay, so I'm gonna have to press her on everything. How many years exactly?
Ever since I made senior detective. Let's see, I was 24 then, so that would be 5 years. She's almost 30. Must be talking to his sibling again.
Oh.
The defendant, Detective Gannon and Detective Sky were legendary partners. I personally saw them testifying in numerous cases.
She must have been good, coming from the same school as Mia.
Demon Daddy Gant was a respectable detective. That's why.
There's no truth behind the blackmail theory. But think about it, Miss Sky. You didn't murder Detective Goodman. You told me as much yesterday in jail.
You still don't get it, do you, Mr. Wright? Any testimony you cannot present in court is as useless as idle gossip.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm just gonna say this. When she does that back, she reminds me of Zelda when she had her head turned back.
I stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. Yes, that is true. And
Did you do so? Did you do so to help your sister?
Joe Doc was a serial killer. My sister almost became his last victim that day. I didn't want that incident to ruin her life, but it did.
But what did that? Well, what she did was justifiable self-defense. She wouldn't have been charged with anything.
That's not the point. She was traumatized that day, all because of that creep. That's why I couldn't forgive him.
Lana.
Well, that's why you
Fabricated
the evidence 2 years ago. I swear, this character is really showing more and more.
You say you did this all by yourself?
Yes.
Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene?
Okay, I think this is going to be our in moment. It seems I was the first person to discover the scene. The broken prosecutor award knife was stuck in the victim's body. That's a lie.
What? Prosecutor Marshall died from an unfortunate accident.
That's only a situation you dreamed was possible. The reality is, it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. That is a fucking lie. Fantasize all you want, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change this statement.
You mean Prosecutor Marshall wound up being killed by Dark?
Something like that.
If that is so, what happened to the other murder weapon? Dark was carrying a switchblade knife.
Oh, that was lying on the floor a little distance away. It was probably knocked away in the struggle.
Man, Lana really doesn't want her sister to be involved at all. She
That's
just
not
wants
how it went down. She's trying to cover up her lies with even more lies. All just to protect me.
So when you found a scene like this,
What did you do?
what did you do? Sorry, my brain started frozen me up now. After all this, what everything bolts down to?
Oh, I broke off the tip of Dark's knife, planted it inside the wound, and moved the body. You planted the tip of Dark's knife in the victim's wound?
Ben?
Sorry for that. But why? Why would you do that?
I gotta be honest. I don't know who has that idea in their mind, saying, "All right, let me put this knife back. Let me just break the knife's edge, and okay, now time to put it inside."
You, of all people, should know, Edgeworth. You've always had a good head on your shoulders.
My head isn't that bad, but maybe I had to ask for the sake of others. Why did you plant the
Probably
knife?
plant the knife.
But why did you do that?
Come now, Mr. Wright. Even you should be able to figure it out. Very well.
Very well. Let's add this to your testimony. The witness testimony. The reason Miss Guy fabricated the knife.
I knew the tip of the weapon found buried in his body would be all the proof that he needed. Okay. According to your testimony, Prosecutor Marshall's broken knife was the murder weapon, right?
Yes, and leaving it at that might point the blame away from Dark. I felt the most effective way to get him convicted would be by having the tip of his knife found inside the victim's body.
So you bury it inside the victim's blood. It's inside the victim's stab wound.
Oui. Because I hated Dark for what he did.
Had nothing to do with Emma. So you rearranged the crime scene. Are you sure you didn't do this to keep Emma from looking like the murderer?
How many times do I have to tell you, Mr. Wright? Emma didn't do it. Period. But she clearly did.
Are you so desperate to hide the fact? You're willing to risk the death sentence? Okay, so we have all this loop here. Okay, so now we have everything open so we could throw in some evidence. Okay, it worked alongside Gant. The truth is there's no blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago. I broke off the tip of Dark's knife, planted it inside the wound. I knew the tip
But that was a fabrication. The knife tip wasn't real. Remember, the other detectives mentioned it's like, that tip didn't actually match. But the evidence was fabricated to make it look like that. I know she just admitted it, but that's not the real tip. She couldn't have broken off from Dark's knife because it had to come from something else, maybe. I thought.
Found the crime scene wrapped in the defendant's muffler, small tag attached. Yeah, this was fabricated, so this would be a contradiction.
Yep.
Because that would have been in, well, actually, hold on. Well, that knife was used in the recent one, not the one from before.
No, this is SL92.
Yep.
Yeah, but it was also found in Goodman's body, not Marshall's.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because we don't have the actual weapon. Because the first weapon is actually the trophies. The king's testimony.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. Just making sure. All right, go ahead. What's your thoughts in terms of?
What do we? Hold on. What item do we use?
Wait a second. She didn't fabricate the evidence by herself necessarily. Remember, Gant had the other piece of evidence, the other page of evidence in his drawer. His drawer, not hers. He was holding on to the evidence. Edgeworth had half, Gant had the other half. She couldn't have fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by herself. I think. The one that he drew on the back, because that was the missing page.
No, Ben actually has a point on that.
Every bit of this evidence, it always makes you use it like once or twice. It's never just once. And we could have just used it once just to prove Emma as the murderer. That's just my thought. Because yes, it's true, she's been working for him for years. There's no way to discredit that.
Alright, Vince broke the tip of the Dark's knife. The tip of the weapon buried. All the motivation. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Actually, hold on. There is a contradiction. She says, I worked with him for years, but I fabricated the evidence all by myself. Wouldn't a partner want to help, perhaps?
Yeah.
It seems like she doesn't trust her partner enough. How could she do this by herself? Seems a little bit much for someone who had a partner she trusted for years to do that.
Hold on. Here you go.
Why would you do that? Yes, this is my smoldering sexy pose.
Okay, hold on. Wait, we had two options here. Why did you move the body?
Why did you move the body?
When you showed up on the scene, where exactly was the victim's body?
It was where you deduced it was, by Chief Gannon Daddy's desk.
But the body was found by your desk. Why did you move it there?
Yeah, wait. She actually did mention she moved the body, or the Chief Gannon. The Chief Gannon.
From Gant's side onto her side, to draw attention away from Gant. The reason for that is simple.
Let's have the witness explain with some more detail.
All right.
The reason Miss Guy moved the body.
The piece of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan. Pieces of the jar? You mean?
Yes, that wretched jar you showed us earlier. In order to show that Doc committed the crime, I felt it would be more expedient to move the body.
So, when you first found the body, the jar was already...
Of course, it has been shattered to pieces. If you looked at the crime scene, it would be clear right away what happened. Neil Marshall was dead, and Doc was lying unconscious. In other words, the jar must have been broken during this struggle.
I see.
What's the matter, Emma? Apparently the jar shattered at the time the crime was committed. But I have a feeling there's more to it than that. There must be a contradiction here somewhere.
Anyway, I committed this fabrication completely alone.
Then that doesn't explain the markings on the vase.
Yeah, because they were wiped, except for the one. Maybe she missed one?
I'm gonna present
you
the
say
vase. I'm gonna present the vase.
Captain, did you say first? Oh.
Miss Guy, I understand how you feel. You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister.
You mean for forgery at the scene where Neil Martian was murdered?
That's true. If that truth were to be exposed now, the past 2 years of your life will have to be in vain. Even so, I'm compelled to bring to everyone's attention a significant contradiction in your testimony.
A contradiction? In my testimony?
You testified, and I quote, "The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan."
That's right.
Do you have a problem that.
Simple oversight, really. You see, a message was written on the jar with the victim's blood.
Yes, the prosecutor must have written it in his final moments.
Exactly. So this is where the contradiction lies. In order for the victim to be able to write his message on the jar, it must not have been broken before he died.
Oh, that's actually... Yeah, that's... Wait, then how did he get...
He could have written Emma's name on the shattered jar.
Okay, so we're just going back to that. Roger, order!
Your Honor, it would appear more information is needed in regard to this jar and its bloody message.
Oh, I think George actually did pass out now.
Well, I mean, it is 4 in the
No, I
morning
didn't pass.
for him.
I didn't pass.
Oh, okay.
Well, it is still 4 in the morning for you. 4:30 at this point.
Actually, it's 4:26.
Like I said, 4:30.
Sums up. Anyway, go on.
More information is needed in regard to this jar and its bloody message. We may be missing something critical here.
Something critical.
Something critical.
Chief Prosecutor, it seems you're as in the dark as we are about the truth towards which we're headed.
What?
Pourquoi? Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece together the information to arrive at the truth.
Very well. The witness may now continue her testimony. Her testimony.
I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar. But it was dark in the room, and I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered. Well, if it was dark, that would explain why she missed a piece and Gant found it.
You mean you were one who wiped away the message of the message in blood?
Maybe she wasn't actually following Gant's orders at the time, but she was actively trying to help Emma by hiding the evidence. But Gant found out and then blackmailed her. I wasn't chief prosecutor at the time.
She didn't think Dark was the real murderer. That's why she tried to erase the real evidence.
Very well. The defense may now begin the cross-examination. Oh, God.
Blood traces on the jar.
It was dark. How could you notice?
The jar was already broken.
It's a miracle the thing hadn't broken earlier. But it's still missing a piece.
Bronchite.
It clearly looks too fragile as the defense case.
But not as feeble as the judge's judgment.
You were an ace detective who never missed a detail. Do you really expect us to believe you didn't investigate what was written on the jar pieces?
Normally I would have.
It was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out.
But then how'd you know there's anything written on the jar?
So you didn't know your sister's name was written on the jar?
No. If I had known, I would have gathered all the pieces and ground them to dust.
Well, that helps my case.
Yep.
Lana,
Oh,
would you do that for me?
oh, sis, you commit a crime for me? Oh,
Seems
sis.
you two might make up. Seems like you two might make up yet.
I'll commit war crimes for you, sis, on your birthday. Anyway, I just barely had enough time to move the body as it was.
If someone happened upon the scene, you'd lose your chance to erase the evidence. You must have been in a hurry.
I was. I know I had to destroy the evidence before anyone came.
Oh, someone came all right.
Oh, wow. This is rather shocking.
Wiped away the blood. I'm afraid this action of yours reveals what really happened.
Sorry. What do you mean?
You really thought Dark killed Prosecutor Marshall. You wouldn't have wiped away the blood.
What else could I have done in that situation?
Because you couldn't read the lettering.
Lana.
I only had a few moments. There wasn't enough time for me to do anything else but gather up the pieces.
But how could you see with the power out? It should have been pitch black in that office.
A detective is always prepared, Mr. Wright. Even now, I always carry a bucket light and camera with me.
Even I carry a bottle of emergency luminol wherever I go.
I never miss anything. I got every last piece.
Alright, all the...
So you illegally rearranged the crime scene?
Yes. Pardon me. I don't have any excuses for my actions.
I'm so sorry, Lana. I didn't know. I treated you so badly all this time. It's not too late. There's still plenty of time to make up.
Yep.
After we've
Okay, that's the end of this.
Okay.
No doubt this day will leave a
Permanent.
permanent stain on this history of the prosecution's office.
More contradictions have surfaced in her testimony. Your sister's really putting up a fight. She must really care about you. Still, she's not doing this the right way. I think I finally figured out the contradiction in her testimony, but I'm not going to tell the player character. One final possibility that might turn everything around.
Okay, so I already used the pot. Let's see, what else is there? The knife? Or
Maybe something else. It has to involve the DL6 or DL9, whatever it is. SL9. What other evidence do we have from SL9? We have like a paper, we have the foot, or we have the shoe, we have the gloves.
I mean, we have the hand paper that Lana made. Emma did.
Wait, the handprint, the cloth.
The cloth?
Well, we haven't used that yet. I don't know when we're going to use it. It's evidence for something, but what? It only has her fingerprints on it. But what is the cloth? What did she touch? Wait, maybe that's part of Marshall's coat, because remember, she pushed Marshall. I mean, maybe? What else could she have touched that would have been evidence? After all, without fingerprints on Marshall, people could say, oh, well, he must have struggled with Dark, and that's what really killed him. That's the fabrication. I don't know how that applies, though, to her testimony now, but...
Two rules of evidence law. I feel like we're gonna have to use this.
No, I don't think so.
No, I think we will. I'm assuming Gant's gonna have to come in and says, oh, please, you're only relying on testimony, and then we bring out all this evidence as long as it's relevant to the case.
Yeah. What do you think, Captain?
I'm thinking. Okay. It was dark in the room. Didn't have time to check it out. Be safe, I wiped away the blood. Fragments were so large, I'm sure I got them. All I could think about was wiping them clean. Okay.
But what about the blood on the floor we discovered in the office? Sorry, that just came to mind. Remember, we were in Gant's office. There was blood on the floor. Although, I don't know what really that proves. Except that... Wait a second. Wait, hold on. There was no blood on the floor on Gantz's side of the office, only on her side. But he had been dead. How does that work? Unless he somehow just bled out a whole lot more? I suppose that doesn't actually matter at the moment now. The point is, oh, there was a crime scene here, and that's it. I suppose that's it.
Hold on. Miss Sky, I believe this jar conceals a truth even you were unaware of.
But quoi?
We found a final piece of this jar in Chief Gant's safe.
In the cheats safe? But how? It was dark.
She really didn't know. There's something even more disturbing about that final piece. There was still blood on it.
But the witness just testified. She
Gathered
every last piece of wiped the blood off of it.
Only the one she found.
Which leaves us with only one explanation. On the night of the prosecutor marshal was murdered, you were not the first one to show up on the scene. Chief Gant got there before you.
Called it.
But the defendant may simply miss a piece?
Objection. I'm afraid that's unlikely. Pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective.
That may be well be, but everyone makes mistakes. Even I once waste an entire day looking for my
Edgeworth is just not having that.
Have you forgotten, Your Honor? When this witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken.
Oh,
There's no way a name could have been written on a shattered jar. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness and saw the name.
I hope you're not implying this person was Chief Gannon at the time he was looking. or dark.
The question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide the fact for 2 years? Well, Your Honor, can you answer us that?
No. Wait. I am not the one on trial here.
Demon Daddy Ganador arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jar. And purposefully hid one of the broken pieces. Question: what is this action called?
Fabrication of evidence.
But they were Chief Gannon do that?
In light of what happened afterwards, isn't it clear?
What happens afterwards?
Discovering the scene, Lana Skye believed her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gann's aid. Lending her his aid, Gann helped her create evidence that incriminated Dar, sparing Emma, and therein lies the reason. The reason why Miss Skye became the chief's puppet.
Oh, damn.
No, I did it on my own.
Please, sis, stop trying to protect the chief. I can't watch you suffer anymore for my sake.
No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Defense attorneys make up the most foul lies to defend their clients. No, that's prosecution.
Foul lies. Imagine that coming from my own client.
I guess you do seem the type of who likes to twist their truths.
She's in this toxic relationship so much, her mind is absolutely fucked.
Wait a minute. What if we're smack dab in the middle of Gann's trap?
There's something wrong, Miss Wright.
Lana. Lana may be right after all.
What?
What do you mean, right?
So you do tell foul lies then, Mr. Wright? Miss Skye, please testify once more.
But
If evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie.
Oh, ooh.
But I do remember knocking over Mr. Marshall. Miss
Yes, but have you
Skye,
seen how big Gannon is?
if you will.
I can't.
There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. My cravat will protect you. This cross-examination may not change a thing. However, there's still a possibility that it will, if you tell the truth.
You cannot handle the truth. But very well. I'll testify about what I really saw. Mon Dieu.
All right. The witness may testify once more for the final time.
Ah, you want to bet?
Troisièmement, when I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on the suit of armor sword. Emma and Doc were lying unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what had happened, I thought she did it. That's why I erased all the evidence that linked her to the murder. I had Chief Kent help me remove the body from the sword and carry it. But if it was all really a fabrication, Emma might be innocent.
Huh, okay. Again, another twist.
Unbelievable. The body was impaled by the armor sword?
You were the only one who saw that. If only you had proof. Didn't you say she had a camera?
Actually, I do have proof. I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning.
What? To me?
It's a picture I took at the crime scene as I encountered it. I thought it might be needed.
But I don't remember receiving a picture like that.
The book! In the book! In the book! The book! The book! The book! The book! The book! The book!
Lana
The
must
book!
have
The book!
known. See, Mr. Wright, she really does have faith in you.
The 3D! The 3D! It's probably like taped to the bottom of the
Very
book.
well. Mr. Wright, please present this picture.
I don't remember receiving any pictures from Lana.
Not even the nice ones.
Lana said she gave it to you this morning, right? I seem to remember getting something from her then. Let's check the evidence again. There must be a picture in there somewhere. Yeah, it was this. It's the most recent thing she gave us.
Unless it's the picture on the front. No. Right there, the back page. What's sticking out right there?
Okay.
There, look at the top of the book.
Unless that's just a trick of the light,
Oh.
but... I mean, this is what we received from her, right? We received this right before the trial. What else do we have then?
Oh, deceased. Okay, they have his face all covered up. No, that's literally what it is. On. Okay.
There we are.
Hey, there's a picture here. That was like the most weird roundabout way of doing that, but okay.
Yes, it was.
Oh my. This is the actual crime scene.
This is the fabrication. Got you now, Gannon Daddy. No other detective saw the crime scene like this. Because I contacted Criminal Affairs only after I had rearranged everything.
On his picture,
Lana's
insert
picture.
into court record. Okay.
Good.
Mr. Wright, that piece cut from his vest. Could that be cloth we found inside Chief Gant's safe?
Called it.
What's this? Flashback. Flashback.
Yeah,
And it had her fingerprints on it.
Mm-hmm.
That cloth, it had fingerprints on it. Whoever fingerprints those are must be the real murderer. What? Those fingerprints? They're yours, Emma. Why are your lips turning all purple, Mr. Wright?
Anyways, let's get on with the cross-examination. My cravat needs a spa day. So long as you tell the truth, we should be able to flush out the real murderer.
Yep. So we can all go home. Very well. The defendant may now begin the cross-examination.
I like how defendant and defense keep on being used interchangeably.
Yeah.
This judge is hungry and angry. He's hangry.
Who stop it?
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Come on now, Edgy. This is the
Buddy,
most
you-
excuse for a trial I've ever seen.
Buddy, you refused your right to testify. You are literally out.
Chief Gunn.
What now? You want to make me out as the bad guy too? So, I like to put in a word or two in my defense.
Yeah, you just...
Objection. I'm afraid it's too late for that.
What?
Ahem. You already declined to testify. That means you forfeited your right to make statements of any sort.
This must
Yeah.
be that risk we were talking about earlier.
Just sit back, relax, and enjoy, the show. And enjoy the sound of the noose tightening around your own neck. Damn.
GG.
Oh no, he's about to transform.
So what? You think I'm worried? Sorry to disappoint you, but I don't need to make any statements.
Ben, I think you accidentally unlocked his third form.
What do you mean?
The evidence will do all of the talking for me. If I can't testify,
I'm sorry, what?
I can still present evidence.
Yeah, that's true. Wait, you mean
Oh no, a third prosecution?
you still have some
Conclusive.
conclusive evidence?
No, I don't. But someone does.
Someone?
Uh-oh.
So, what's your excuse, Rido? Why have you been keeping quiet about it? You have something to show us, right? Something that proves who knocked over Leah Marshall, causing his death. Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt.
Is that true, Mr. Wright? Phoenix?
Oh no, is this like a moral dilemma? Does this affect the rest of the game?
If I show the
evidence now, Emma's sure to be made out as the murderer.
Mr. Wright, if you have any more evidence, present now. If you try to
Conceal.
concealed. Anything you will be one part
Appearing.
appearing before the board of
Inquiries.
ignorance.
What do I do now? Better think this through carefully. Can't afford to make the wrong decision. Should I present that piece of evidence?
Kinda have to. Unless this is another one where you have to actually say, no, we don't have to.
We're saving our dumb friend. Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time.
What?
I mean, there's no music, so... Oh, if he presents it, that means he knows about it.
Chief Gannon?
You opened my safe. I know you took what was inside.
Oh, but that implies you know that it's there.
The conclusive evidence.
But you're admitting to the crime.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes! Yes! Fuck you! I'm like, yes, because usually we would say yes. Put forth the evidence, you have to prove it, but this time it's like, no, they already reversed it on us once. Why should it only be once?
Yeah,
right.
not
Why
to
don't you
mention-
show them. We found it together.
Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose
We're playing the
fingerprints are on it.
bullshit game here.
That's why you won't present it.
What are you talking about, Chief Gannon, Dad? Daddy.
Get out, boy. Take a good look at this picture.
Oh no. Look at this photograph.
See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about the chest area?
There's blood.
Looks like a part of some been cut out for some reason.
You mean you had this in your safe?
What? What do you mean? The chief police has been concealing evidence?
I want to bring,
ding, ding, ding,
I wanna bring this up.
ding, ding.
I just looked because if I get stuck, I'm looking at the wiki. It says if you show the evidence, it's an automatic game over.
Game over?
Yeah.
Again, I figured since the last time was the wrong way to do it, it's like, wait, they want us to take the L, then it's like, then we have to go against our natures. We have to be tricky here.
This is going to be the biggest
Scandal.
scandal in the history of the police department.
Exactly. He just admitted that one, that he didn't plant the evidence, it was his that he took, and that means he fabricated it. He just did himself.
You're impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the goal, Rido. Well,
It's not over yet.
I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened.
You mean you admit to it?
You know,
Wow,
despite
Judge,
all-
I bet you're feeling really bad for saying that we were the bad guy here.
I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana.
So you were really manipulating her?
I knew Lana. I made it look like the blame lay with her sister. And when she saw the scene, she would ask me for my aid.
So you assisted Miss Sky.
I told her to arrange all the evidence. I had her plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room.
And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Dark convicted.
When I tampered with the crime scene, I had 2 pieces of evidence. This was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you.
2 pieces of evidence? You mean those items in your safe?
But why?
Insurance, of course.
Insurance?
Insurance?
To make sure Lana wouldn't betray you.
I was sure my plan would work, but it's always best to be prepared for the worst. I was sure I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder that girl committed.
You mean you were
Calculating.
calculating this far ahead while forcing the
Forging.
Huh?
Forging.
Forging the evidence?
You take me for a fool? I didn't make police chief by dumb luck.
Uh-huh, yet you were praising Lady Luck 5 minutes ago, you big pussy.
See this jaw fragment?
Emma.
I hit the most legible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood off all the pieces.
Objection. But if you fabricated all of the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate the message on this jar too?
Oh, 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 oh. Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept
No,
one more
we do
item
not
for
know how to
insurance.
quit.
You mean that piece of cloth?
Come on, Rhino, cough it up already. I know you have it.
Uh-oh. We can't hand it over still, right? Unless...
So you admit to having it then, Chief Gant? That you were hiding the cloth you cut off the victim's vest in your safe?
Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that, being chief and all. It's quite a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer. Just
But who's to say you didn't kill him anyway?
Oh,
piece
Mr.
of
Wright,
trash.
what do you say yourself?
Ooh.
Just a moment ago, you said you didn't have any evidence you could present.
Do we still not present it?
Foolish move, Rhino. Should have shown it before it was too late.
Well, it wouldn't make a difference now.
It's been a long battle.
Although if we give it up now, then that means that we did lie. But it still wouldn't change the fact that he lied. It doesn't change anything because it's not our fabricated evidence, it's his.
The moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess up here, victory is mine.
Okay, here we go. One last jump.
Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now.
All right, then. Let's see the cup.
Wait, do we have to show the cloth though?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes. We're going
Yep,
in
okay,
false.
that act-
Those will actually murder Professor Mulcher.
Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest?
Wait a minute.
Oh yes, at last you finally brought it out into the open.
This handprint on this piece of cloth.
Your Honor, the prosecution requests that immediately be sent to the lab for analysis. This handprint on the leather. There must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly.
You mean
It could not have been forged. It must be authentic, conclusive evidence.
You're slow on the uptake as ever worthy.
What?
Think about it. Rhino had all this time to present his evidence. Yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would he do that?
You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that?
Mr. Wright, do you really know?
Wait, hold on. I just noticed something. And I hope you guys actually did notice too.
What?
The handprint is too big. Look at the middle. Too big.
The middle? I mean, it is pretty wide. But we ran through the
Emma's
fingerprints.
hand
We
is
proved that it is
huge.
hers. We literally dusted them for fingerprints. They are
We
Emma's.
were only able to dust one fingerprint that was legible. Oh,
Yeah.
no, remind you that.
Oh, that is true.
Not to mention, remember, Gans used gloves. Mia doesn't.
Well, I'll tell you.
If Mia,
No, multiple choice. Or is it multiple choice?
It should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted. The person whom these fingerprints belong to is...
you sure?
We have.
Emma Sky.
What? They're mine? I'm sorry, Emma. But why? Why didn't you tell me?
Oh, ho, 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 ho. You're really something, Rhino. You and this girl did it all along? And you still tried to pin the murder on dear old Daddy.
That's because you did do it.
So it's
You
true.
staged it all.
Tragic, but true. This girl really did shove Professor Marshall in his deaths.
How could you? You monster.
Miss Sky.
You knew whose fingerprints those were all along, and yet you acted like she really didn't.
No. Miss Sky, it's not over yet.
What?
I said this trial isn't over yet.
But I'm afraid it is over, my boy. Not only this trial, but your career too. You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is what we call a double standard.
That's perfect.
Coming from the hypocrite twirling his hair like some schoolgirl.
I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defense is convicted.
But you've literally admitted to forging evidence.
I'll
You're
have
not getting
your
away
badge,
from it.
boy. What's the matter? Cut your tongue. Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer?
Oh, silent treatment.
Before I do that,
George, I know you want to get a
Yep,
move
here
on,
we
but
go.
let me
Here
have
we
my
go.
voice.
Here we go.
There's
It's
just
the
one little
domino.
thing I have to clear up.
Oh, what's that?
By the way, Daddy Gannon's voice has been like the best voice I've done for this game so far.
Yes, you have a very sonorous voice, sir. You do
Yep.
ASMR and I pay you.
Who really did kill Prosecutor Neil Marshall?
Uh-oh.
what?
Chief Gant, you are absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask?
It was Miss Emma Sky, wasn't it?
No,
No, her fingerprints are on
No,
this
no, no,
piece
no,
of
no.
cloth.
I'm afraid
No, no,
that's
no,
not
no, no.
possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction.
What? Contradiction. What is this fool babbling about?
Only one fingerprint was lifted.
I'm talking about a contradiction. One that proves who the real killer is.
Yes, yes, Phoenix, please. Rail him in the ass for this.
Phoenix, Phoenix,
Finish him.
Mr. Wright.
Legal brutality.
This piece of cloth. This piece of cloth. Mr. Right. This piece of cloth. What could possibly contradict?
Chief Gant, your tyrannical reign-in's here. Behold, the piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth.
What?
What?
Fingerprints? A handprint? A photo? The blood. There's no blood on the cloth. There's no blood on the cloth.
There's no blood on the cloth.
Jesus.
What is this exactly supposed to be?
This is the picture Ms. Sky took. Take a good look at it.
There's blood all over that vest.
See where the piece of his vest was cut out?
Yes. His shirt is showing
Underneath.
underneath. It's hard to make out all that blood on his vest, though.
Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs, no doubt, were punctured. Blood poured out from his mouth.
Oh, but the piece of the cloth.
No blood at all.
Wait, there's no blood on it.
Which means she may not have even pushed him.
It was probably just imprinted by him while she was passed out.
Uh-huh.
Since Emma Sky's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Miss Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time.
Ooh.
No, this is nonsense.
Now that you're
it
sure,
is.
Now.
let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside.
He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out.
If so, then tell me, who could have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lana Scott? Picked up by the unconscious prosecutor
He admitted he arrived there first.
and impaled him on the armor's sword.
Then, to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. A jar that they then broke on purpose to leave behind a clue. And make Lana believe her sister did it. You damn sick fuck.
Remember what you admitted only moments ago? That you personally cut out the bloodless piece of the victim's vest. Ironic, isn't it? Though that very act of creating insurance, you prove that you were actually the murderer.
Oh no, he's gone super Gannon.
It's finally all over.
Is it though? Uh-oh.
That was close, Rhino. You almost had me.
No, please don't.
Sorry, but you have to do better than that. I refute your allegations.
What do you mean? Rebuttal your allegations.
We have the proof.
You see, that piece of cloth is still illegal evidence. It's still illegal.
No, throw the book at him. Throw the book at him. Throw the book at him. Smack him across the face.
Order. What nonsense is this?
I think this is the most appropriate use of this.
It's now illegal.
I wish I could hear if I can't.
Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, Edgy?
Earlier.
It's now illegal.
It's still Gannon.
Earlier,
Yep.
old Rhino here concealed that piece of cloth. Flashback. Of flashbacks.
Well, that's true. The defense did refuse to provide evidence.
At that moment, that piece of cloth ceased to be legal evidence.
That's not fair.
Oh, did you actually think you could best me in court?
By the way, I just want to bring this up here. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Didn't he give us approval?
But now it's become unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial, and it is. It has her fingerprints, and it has to do with the vest that has been fabricated.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, okay.
because he's now said that it's now illegal, so it's like, okay, so the police can't approve of it, which means the second clause is what's going to save you.
Okay.
It looks like the last laugh's on you, son.
Objection, motherfucker!
A legal loophole.
I'm afraid Miss Gannon's claim is legally correct. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, true.
True.
Legal evidence cannot be
Illegal
used.
evidence cannot be used to convict a person.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal.
Well, Mr. Wright?
Here it
seems
is.
at last. The time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived.
Mr. Wright, do you admit to it?
I'm about to pull what's called a pro gamer move. I'm about to pull an Edgeworth.
Proposally, the legal
Yeah, continue. Illegally concealed.
illegally concealed this plate, this piece of cloth.
He did not, because of the relevance claim.
I admit I refused to present it at one point.
So the evidence is illegal.
No. No, it isn't, Mr. Gant. It's not that I didn't present evidence then. It's that I couldn't.
That I couldn't. What do you mean you couldn't?
There are certain procedures involved with presenting evidence.
No, Eddie, don't listen to his lies. He's nothing but a coward. You can't really
Objection. There is only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. It is this evidence legal or not?
Very well. Let us settle this once and for all. Earlier, you refused to present the evidence. If you can prove your
Conduct.
conduct was not invalid on the law, then do so now.
So we're literally throwing the book at him.
Yep, throw the book. Pull an Edgeworth.
This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law.
What's this?
I've done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Emma Sky's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more.
What?
You see, it's written right here in this little fancy book with a little ducky. The second rule of evidence law.
Rule number 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department.
I found this piece of evidence evidence myself inside your safe. It goes without saying, I did not have approval from the police department.
Rule number 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. Legalities.
Here is the crux of the matter. You see, at the time, it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between the cloth and SL9 incident.
What kind of nonsense is this? What relevancy? Just take one look at this picture, Ed.
Sorry, but can you recall when was the picture presented?
This was shown only a few moments ago.
No.
He's right. At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless.
The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Daddy Gannon.
You yourself confessed to a certain truth.
Flashback, 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 flashback. No.
It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth. God damn.
The only person who could have cut from this was the only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before the prosecutor marshal in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer, at least there's only one person who can it be. It was Daddy Gannon. The killer was you.
What?
Oh God. Approved.
I knew I should have gotten rid of them. Rid of him. That
Marshall.
scum. 2 years he's been snooping around the department, trying to get something on me.
Good job, Texan.
Crimes are being committed every day, yet he insisted on hounding me.
Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty.
I wanted to reinvestigate the case. Recruited Angel Star to convince Bruce Goodman.
Detective Goodman?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's a flashback.
If the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you've got to help me.
Goodman turned him down, as he ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit.
He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence.
Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room, and all of a sudden, he decided to speak out.
We don't have a voice for Goodman.
What are you talking about, Goodman?
Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? There you go. There you go. We can't transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered. Hopefully that's
I
distinct
like
enough.
it. I like it.
He opened his evidence locker, and he was taking the evidence out. He said, "It's not,
I'm sorry, it's not too late. I'm gonna go hand all this over to Marshall."
well, to be honest, I was a bit taken aback by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up SL9. That's when I saw it, the accursed knife.
Damn, in the heat of the moment, you actively lost your cool.
Could have just pulled it out.
Doing so would have only led to more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime.
Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it up. I was so worried, so much about the floor, I didn't realize my fatal mistake.
The bloody handprint. On Detective Gumshoe's locker.
I used to be known as the crime computer. Everyone's has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it.
Then you put his body in my car.
I'm sorry. Couldn't think of any other way to move the body. I broke your trunk. But what's the big deal? You make a lot more than us detectives ever will.
My cravat collection.
Leaving the prosecution's car aside. How could you get Miss Sky involved in all this?
Well, she had much to lose, as I did if the truth came out.
So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker.
I felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have the time to pick and choose what to take.
So, you left the jar fragments and the glove.
Yeah. It looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes rather than a committer.
You think? You bastard.
They all did their best to get my way. I've got to hand it to them. They do the jobs well, much to my dismay.
Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. You must have known that.
Tell me, Worthy, why do you stand in court?
Me?
You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me. We're the same.
Oh no, you're not pulling that shit.
One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me.
When you get your own game series.
You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it in alone. Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Udgy.
Look, what?
Look at you. You who were once so proud. Go now and never return.
Really?
Looks like we'll have to
It
cancel
was
that lunch
too
date.
easy.
Sorry, old friend.
He's so friendly.
I am sorry
Aw.
too. Damn Gannon. Demon Gannon. I knew we used to be a long time, we were once fine investigator and an extreme example to others on the force. I'm sorry to leave that you are no longer that person.
Those days are gone now, Udgy. Thanks for all the memories, though. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Now you have Raito here. And Worthy. These two around, you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. The melodious sorrows of a new beginning.
Is he actually giving us props? I don't know how to feel about this.
There are two things I want you to understand.
Yes.
First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Demi Gan betrayed you from the beginning. You see, Miss Guy, you no longer have any reason to keep silent.
You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years. From the time I had Gannon help me forge evidence up until today.
So, it seems all the questions raised in the trial have been answered.
I'm sorry, Miss Guy. I couldn't get you out all of your trouble.
My. What high standards you have for a rookie. I can see why Mia thought so highly of you.
You know what? We didn't really get much of Mia's help this at the tail end here. We did this all
Not
by
at all.
ourselves. Yeah.
No. Well, there was only, I don't know which one was, but we did Mia's sister came for a bit, and then after we just discovered.
Only after Gumshoe mentioned about taking her place at the agency, but that was it. It was a flashback, not even like a specter appearing saying, Phoenix. Who knows? A few years from now, you might just make it to the top. Or you can be on top of someone special. I mean, yes. Oh, she smile now. I owe you my thanks, Monsieur Wright.
Miss Guy.
And to you too, Monsieur Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you.
It was nothing. My precious cravats.
Liar.
I was worried the pressure might break you. And yet, you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You've done well, Monsieur Edgeworth.
Stop it. It's not like I did it because I like him or anything. I only did my job.
And the liar of the case. it seems a good extreme examining in order all of us. Miss Guy?
Oui, Your Honor.
You're innocent of the murder, however, although the chief blackmailed you, the fact you still act as his
Accomplice.
accomplice. A trial is such for a trial shall be
Scheduled
for these crimes at a later date.
Oui, I understand, Your Honor.
Is there something amusing about all this? Why are you smiling?
I'm a sadist. It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free as these heavy chains. Unlike me as heavy bosoms.
I'm glad she's finally free, even though she's
Of her
still
boobs.
guilty. Well, this trial has gone far too long already.
Yeah, that's true.
A fucking man.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Regarding the chance of murder, charge of murder, this court finds the defendant of Miss Lana Sky not guilty. Finally. That is all. This court is a jury.
Approved.
We did it, guys.
I'm sorry, it had to be.
We did it.
I'm crying. Thank you.
At long last, it's finally over.
Emma?
Why the long face? I'm sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook. But at least she wasn't convicted for murder, and that's what I'm getting paid for.
Not a good time, Phoenix.
No, that's not it. Just now, after the trial ended, I could see why Mia Fey thought, oh, that flashback. We literally just saw this minutes ago.
She smiled. She's so happy. It's the happiest she's been in a while.
You know, I did my best too. But Lana didn't say a single
Yeah, but there
word
was
to me.
even a time where we thought she was the murderer. So many twists right up until the end. Oh, I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, looks like I am. Yep, here we go.
Gumshoe, buddy.
Third time's a charm. Oh, yes, I am. I'll come back later. I know the drill.
No, come back. No, buddy.
Wait for it.
Wait, Detective Gumshoe. What is it?
No, come back.
What is this gag? This gag is getting old. You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Make a detective run around while on duty. And to top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Blech. Hey, lighten up, pals. I'm only kidding. You sound like you broke the Matrix.
Oh, are you here because of my sister again?
Nope, not this time. Again today, because of you, pal.
Me?
Hell yeah, that's right. I thought you'd like to see someone.
Lana.
Lana. Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know.
Well, I won't tell if you won't. Oh, Gumshoe, you may not be MVP, but you are a good heart. Emma, I owe you an apology.
It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it. It's just us two male voice actors voicing women after all.
Silence. I will not be insulted by this. That day, 2 years ago, I don't understand why you speak American and I speak French. Something is wrong here. It was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming.
That's my answer. I ate too many McDonald's. I was Americanized.
No, you localized. All I could think was about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in the mess.
Yes.
I asked God to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake. But now I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. Damn, this is hitting way too close. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself. But I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared of how you'd react if you knew.
But sis, you were only doing it for me.
No,
Huh?
I turned my back on you on that day. In hiding what I believed to be the truth, I was deceiving you.
Sis,
I'm such a fool, and it took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm so sorry.
well, is anyone gonna say I love you here?
Don't ruin the moment, Captain.
We're not Wincesting here. We're not Wincesting here.
You could say I love you to sisters, dude. Or brothers.
Don't say that.
There's
Yeah.
a familial love. I'm just the ones actually use that wording.
I did say that this is better than Frozen's story. Fight me for it.
But sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now.
You're happy?
Of course. You know, sis, I always knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have.
Was that your scientific evidence? Oh, Emma. Emma. Aww.
And screenshot.
No one can change the past. The only thing now we can do is strive to make up for our mistakes. I must make up for our
like
mistakes.
the blue badger.
You ask? Because in doing so, we can find the way back to our rightful path. You hear that, Ben?
Without blue badger.
And it is from there that we can move on to a brighter future. At least that's what I felt watching the two sisters make up.
Wait for it. Monsieur Wright. Monsieur Gumshoe. Me? Thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Isn't that right, Edgeworth?
Edgeworth.
Edgeworth.
Stop hiding and come on over here. I was practicing the art of standing very, very still.
Where
How did you
what
notice
hiding?
me? I just came to say congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Right, well, I'll be going now. Monsieur Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you. It's too late for me. No matter what anyone may say, I realize today that I can't correct my mistakes.
Yep, this shows this. I knew it.
Mr. Edgeworth.
He's gonna become a
I knew it.
defense attorney. Not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief, Daddy Gannon was right.
Flashback, flashback, flashback.
We are the same, you
Yeah.
see.
Yeah. Edgeworth is Darkwing. He's
I
a-
do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. But in order to fight crime on my own, I'd need a weapon.
scary. But I've known that to be true for quite some time now.
But Edgeworth,
Who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gant did. That thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor.
What?
Edgeworth, don't you understand? Ganondorf Daddy and your mentor, Manfred von Karma, Lord Frieza, were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime. But they both made the same mistake.
they got old.
They became criminals along the way. You said, in order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. But you don't have to fight on your own. That may be true, but mon Dieu, think back to the day's trial. You weren't alone. You were working together with Monsieur Wright. And because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered.
That's true.
Isn't that right, Mr. Wright?
Both did defeat Val Karma and Dark Gannon.
This is a pop quiz. Come on, Mr. Wright. Show him what Lana's talking about. Evidence, huh? Oh, great. Something that neither Edgeworth nor I would have been able to find out on our own. Oh man, the final bit of evidence here.
Well, we had Gumshoe for that. Wait, the statue, the trophy. He gave him the trophy at the beginning. He helped out. Maybe? It can't be the pin. It can't be the papers. It can't be the photos. There's nothing about Edgeworth in the photos. It's the only thing that ties directly to Edgeworth. And this is proof that he is a good prosecutor. So, you know what? It's double validating.
Okay.
That might mean something to you, but I don't see how it had anything to do with our partnership. Monsieur Wright, it seems you still have a lot to learn as well. Oh, that may not have been the right one.
I guess that wasn't the right piece of evidence.
Bullshit. It's time for me to go. Wait, was that really not the right one? But it's still going on?
Hey,
I don't get it.
Captain, I know we're almost about to end this, but can you check about getting the right evidence for to show Edgeworth?
I'm too tired to care right now. I just want to get this over with.
If you'll excuse me, there are still some loose ends that need wrapping up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor.
What?
Edgeworth, what will you do now? But whatever you do, just remember, you can't let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can't let it help you grow. In the end, it's up to you.
I know. Seems I owe you my thanks too, right? But what I face now is my problem.
Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court.
Farewell.
Bye, Edgeworth.
I'd better be going too.
Bye, Lana.
Okay, I'll be by to visit soon.
It seems we both have a lot to learn and catching up to do. Here, it is a little something for you.
Scientific investigation?
It's the first book I ever bought. Studied well, oui?
Thanks, sis. I will.
Merci.
Bye, Lana.
And so, another case came to the close. As for the sisters, I have faith. Faith that their lives have only just begun. So spoiler warning, she helps the other attorney guy that is in his own spin-off. As for me, I think it's time I started a new journey of my own. Journey to rediscover myself.
Well, don't go checking off just yet, pal.
Huh? What is it, detective?
There's just a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this.
But I thought you said it was okay.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, well, it'd be okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story.
Huh.
Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either.
You just mentioning now?
Way to go, detective. I didn't know you had a wild side.
Yeah, well, you see, Mr. Right here's the one who'll be footing the bill. What?
Oh.
What, you think I can afford it with my salary? You gotta be kidding me, pal.
Oh, no. Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best.
What? He really? Oh my!
Why is it I suddenly feel like I want to scream?
I got an idea. Why don't we go pay it off together?
Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, guys. Let's go.
A freaking objection!
By the way, I think I actually looked it up. I think I found the one that was supposed to be the right evidence. I literally pulled it up on YouTube just now.
Oh, what is it?
Well, I mean, I don't think any bit of evidence would actually have helped.
Oh.
Let's see, show 'em what Lana's talking about. Evidence, huh? As for me, this affair has pretty much ended my days in the prosecutor's office. Still, I managed to find my way back to the field somehow. Apparently it was a list of evidence. Then I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma. The counterattack began with this. So it was the double piece of a drawing of Emma's drawing, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I mean, it did kind of start with that because that was the counterattack. Because first we made Emma remember things. Ugh, yikes! I thought I was gone for a moment there. In the end, though, they overlooked my unauthorized investigation of the chief's office. If we penalize you anymore, it'd be worse than firing you. Yeah, that's what they said.
Hey, Captain?
I'm not. It's
It
going
just goes to
automatically.
show
It's going automatically.
What?
you can't shake me off like
Wait,
that
what?
easily.
Wait, Captain,
Gotta
what is
read
it?
fast.
Yeah, the text is going that way. I'm not the one advancing
Uh-huh. It's
Oh.
the end cutscenes here. It's no longer it's no longer in our control. And there's no more trials.
it. You know what?
Yeah.
I will say I'm gonna ignore these things, but I'm
I
gonna.
knew I should have called the manager to take care of Billy. Can you believe it? I have the most security guard.
Get the heck out of my character!
I will say
I forgot about that.
I will say this was a better case than the Gordy one, even though it was a lot longer. I did enjoy this one more.
I enjoyed it more just because of the sleaze bag we got to take down. I mean, yes, Lord Frieza was okay, but
Gant was such a good villain for this case. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
gonna be topped at this point when we go to the second game.
I got my eye on you, Freddy. You can't fool me, you dead-eyed piece of shit.
Bugger. I don't. My brain's all mixed up now. No. No.
Yes.
Kill the abomination. The horror. Also, Captain,
Mhm.
I'm just gonna say that out loud.
Yeah,
It's almost 6 a.m. for me.
go to sleep, man.
It's 4:45 for me.
It's 3:45 for me. I'm gonna like eat something and then go in the shower and then go to sleep, and hopefully I have enough energy in the morning.
Well, cowboy, looks like you did it. You even gave Bambina back her smile. Can you make sure Billy and the gang get their water? You know, my cacti.
Oh yeah, that. Well, at least he actually did serve jail time. Except her.
Hey, Angel. Looks like we won't be seeing each other other time. If a farewell gift, I'll put a new meal after lunch on the way. The top layers of the biter as they spend Maiden's a sweet victory. Kid seems shocked. Okay, I'm not gonna read all that. That's too fast for me.
Just make sure not to eat it backwards.
Oh, I'm gonna miss that. I'm gonna miss Angel after this.
I will miss her booby-bound bagged lunches.
I will say next week's case gonna be extremely short compared to this one. Just because.
Thank God.
I'll never forget what a young defender lost after the trial. Let's see what his name again. Mr. Left?
Oh God, he's going senile.
How many years? Anyway, another trial gets better to be. Oh no, I forgot my what?
Gavel, little whacking
My
stick.
gavel. I forgot my drugs.
I wonder if we're gonna see the other characters, including Emma.
We got other
Maya.
characters to go through.
Maya. Let's see. Let's think it'll show Maya.
We canonically do not see Maya until the second game. Oh, but okay, there's.
Oh Maya! That is so flat. Still something I do miss. Here, you go back.
Oh, so he actually went to go visit her. He went to go visit her in that middle of the time. Okay.
Oh, that feels so good seeing her again. Tell me that feels so good seeing her again. Tell me that feels good.
Well, we are going to see her in the next game, so I'm not too surprised.
Captain, you're ruining the moment for me. You're ruining the moment.
Good.
But still, can't wait to see her again. Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, I brought you your tea. What's going on? Oh,
Is he paying his butler?
Yeah, I think so.
No, it's his resignation. He walked out. And that was his vacation money.
Oh, this is exactly how Maya left.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, wait a damn minute.
No, don't tell me we're not gonna see her like this. We're not gonna see her in this version.
Oh wait, I have to. Oh,
Open the book.
open it the same way I did last.
I mean, you
time.
click. Yeah, you clicked on the book and the page opened, right?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Please tell me that's my
Oh no,
paycheck.
not a love
Oh.
letter. Not a love 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 letter.
Oh, that is so sweet. That's just melting my heart. Capcom presents. Capcom, I hope you bring Phoenix right.
No
To a different
surprises.
game.
No more surprises. No more surprises. No more surprises. No more surprises. No more surprises.
There you go, everybody.
Yeah, baby.
That is the end of it. Hope you guys enjoyed. We can finally go
That wasn't
see.
a trilogy. That was a quadrilogy.
That was
I hope
amazing.
all-
That was amazing.
I
Well,
hope you guys really enjoyed it. This took all our time. And it was worth it.
oh wait, hold up. That's not what I wanted. Hold on.
No, get out! Get out! Get out! Take us out, please.
Oh,
Please,
how do I get out of here?
No.
How do I get out of here? Oh, title screen.
Captain, help us!
All right, that was the end of it. So next time, it's going to be Phoenix Wright, Justice for All. That's the second game in the series. We'll see you guys.
How many series games do they this collection has?
It has the original, which we just did, Justice for All, and Trials and Tribulations.
Only 3?
Only 3. It's a trilogy for a reason. Don't worry, it's gonna be a while before we finish this game. I know, George. You're like, oh man. Like, don't worry. We got plenty of time. Anyway, everybody, we'll see you guys for the next case next week. Until then, everybody, bye-bye.
Bye-bye!
Toodles.